We are once again talking about writing systems of equations. What makes this a system is that there's more than one equation. And again, when you have a word problem, what some people do wrong is try to get all of this information into one math sentence. It's not supposed to be one math sentence. It's supposed to be two, or sometimes even more than two. And then after we learn how to write down the systems, then we're going to learn how to solve the systems and find the answer. Okay, so in the system, either I have to tell you what variables I want you to use, or you have to tell me which variables you're going to use. We have to write down what variables we use and what they're standing for. So Lucy is buying a combination of bananas and strawberries. She buys bananas for 30 cents a pound and strawberries for $1.25 a pound. And she spent a total of $5.85 on 10 pounds of produce. What does B stand for? How much are the bananas? 30 cents. And so that goes with the letter B. That makes sense? This is how much they cost. This is how much I'm making. And what does this stand for? How much are the strawberries? And do you know why I put a plus sign in there? Because she's buying both of them. And what letter did I say? My S's look a lot like fives. Okay. And this is money, and this is money, and so how much total money did she spend? How do I get the other equation? She bought 10 pounds of produce. She only bought two kinds of produces, vegetables and fruit and stuff. And so how much? She bought 10 pounds. What did she buy? Bananas and strawberries. That's all she bought. So bananas and strawberries have to add up to the 10 pounds. Look at the word problem. Look at the math sentences. Do you see how they go together? And on our test, we had an inequality word problem. This is easier, isn't it? You don't have to figure out a greater than or less than sign like you did on the test problem. Okay, but we did have a test problem where you had vertical and horizontal lines. Let's start with the horizontal line. What is the slope of the horizontal line? So when I put it in y equals mx plus b form, the part is going to zero out. The blue line is just going to be y equals a number. Can you see from where you're sitting? Where does it cross the y-axis? That's all. This green line is going straight up and down, vertically. What is the slope of a vertical line? It's undefined. You can't put it in y equals mx plus b form at all because there's no way to put the word undefined in there. And so this does not have an equation like that. You have to memorize that vertical lines have the equation x equals a number. What number? Because it crosses the x-axis is 4. Now, didn't ask this, but these two lines, the green and the blue lines, are perpendicular lines because they cross at a 90-degree angle. This is the symbol for a 90-degree angle. Little box. Right here. Oh, it went somewhere. That little box right there is the symbol for a 90-degree angle. Okay? But what if they're not straight up and down? Then we have to do the y equals mx plus b. What? Or yes? Okay, so let's do the green line first. So this line right here. Y equals mx plus b. What does b stand for? And the y-intercept is where this crosses the y-axis, and that is? And then we need to count rise over run. How far up, how far over? That looks like a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the green line, the slope is 2 over 4. Is that a positive slope or negative slope? The line's going up, but we always have to reduce to lowest terms. That reduces by 2, so the slope for the green line is 1/2. The blue line, y equals something x plus b. What's the b? The y-intercept is what number on this one? Do you also see that this line is going down? And so when I get this slope, it's going to be a negative number because the line is going down. Now, I could count all the way up and over there, but I am going to find a closer point so I don't have to count as much and I don't have to reduce. So this point right here is a pretty point. It's right on one of the grid lines. And so how far do I go up and over? Rise over run. So the slope for the blue line is 2 over 1. What is 2 over 1 reduced to? And when we solve equations coming up, starting tomorrow, what we're going to be looking for is this intersection point. That's what you are looking for when you solve an equation, a system of equations. Sure. Okay, this one always gives people difficulty. This is a very typical kind of word problem. The perimeter of a garden is 32 feet. The length is 4 more than 5 times the width. And since a lot of you have not taken geometry yet, I have given you the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. What does perimeter mean, by the way? When you add up all the sides. And so what number in this problem is the perimeter equal to? So that's the first equation. 32 equals 2L plus 2W. All you have to do is fill in the number for the P. That's the first equation. The second one's harder. The second one is from this sentence right here. Okay, let's learn how to change the words into a math problem. It tells me right down here, what letter do I need for length? letter?
Oh,
L stands for length. When you have a sentence, is the equal sign. In a sentence where you have the word is, that's the equal sign. Then it says for more. Is more, add, subtract, multiply, or divide? So for more. For more than what? Not the width. 5 times the width. Times means multiply. So 5 times the width. The length is 4 more than 5 times the width. And that's all we're doing today is writing the equation down, and then we'll come back and learn how to solve it later. Everybody got that? Again, this is a very classic type word problem, but you have to know what the words stand for. The sum of 2 numbers is 13. The larger number is 6 more than 3 times the smaller number. Do you know what the word sum means? It means I'm going to add something together. What am I going to add together? 2 numbers. The larger number and the smaller number. I'm going to add 2 numbers together. And what do I write where I have the word is? Is the equal sign. That's the first sentence. The sum, add 2 numbers together, it is equal to 13. Okay? Second sentence. Twice. What does twice mean? Add, subtract, or multiply the 2.
multiply.
Twice means multiply by 2. Twice the larger number. Which one of my variables is the larger number? Twice the larger number, and it tells me down there that the larger number is x. What do I put where the word is? Is the equal sign. 6 more. 6 more. More means add. 3 times the smaller number. What letter am I supposed to be using for the smaller number? Twice means multiply by 2. X is the larger number. Is the equal sign. 6 more means add 6. 3 times would be 3y, because when it's side by side like that without a sign in between it, that means multiply. And times means multiply. Can you see how the words and the numbers go together? And that concludes our notes. Yes.